Hey, what's going on guys? It's BrainBean here again, and as you noticed from the video title, today we're looking at the Corsair VOID Pro wireless RGB headset. So I want to go ahead and just jump into the review, and as always, we're going to just look at overall construction and design first. Just looking at the headset, you guys can already see it has kind of an aggressive design. I do like the kind of cantilever looking design to the yokes. The yokes are made out of metal. The headset itself feels like it has an aluminum frame that's wrapped in plastic. And adjusting the headband, you get a nice good crisp click there that feels like it's gonna lock it into place, as well as the ear cups can rotate 90 degrees as well for comfortable resting around your neck. And in rotating the yokes, and also you can pitch the ear cups in and out a little bit so that they'll seal against your head. There's no weird play there. There's no like clicking or wiggling there. It all feels very solid and smooth. It's a little bit heavy for a headset, but for that more durable construction, that's why you have it there. So taking a look at the padding on the headset, this headset has a ton of padding. It's got memory foam ear cups and memory foam headband padding, and that's wrapped in a breathable mesh material. And the idea there is that it's gonna allow moisture to not build up as much and be a little bit lighter for you, not so hot. Now, I found it to be very comfortable. I also really like the shape of the ear cup as well, because it's not that like small, narrow circle that you sometimes see. It's a little bit bigger. It's got that more like oval to rectangular design, and I feel like that fits your ears a little bit better. Now, one thing I also noticed too is that because this material is so light, I was thinking that the isolation that the headphone actually gives you isn't gonna be that good, because normally you get those big leatherette wrapped ones with the heavy memory foam, and you slap it on there and it suctions to your head and you can't hear anything outside of what you're doing. But I felt like these did a really good job of isolating the sound a lot better than I thought they would. And another big benefit to having that nice light mesh wrapping around the memory foam is that when you wear glasses with these things, they're not gonna smash into your head like some other ones do. I really enjoyed that as well. I found it very comfortable to wear with my glasses. So now looking around, you do have a couple of buttons on the headset. Of course, this is a wireless headset, so you have your on and off power button here. You just hold that down for a couple of seconds to change it. You have a dedicated mute button to the side of the headset. And then underneath you have a little forward, backward switching little toggle there. And that's mainly for like switching, if you have a playlist or something playing for music, you can switch to the next song or backwards, something like that. Now looking at the microphone has a extendable boom arm that comes down, and if you'll notice the little light there turned off when I put it down, so it automatically mutes itself when the mic is up, and it will unmute itself when it's down. So you can use that dedicated mute button if you want to keep it down. It is bendable as well, and included with this headset there's also a little pop filter that you can put over that, and I think you will probably want to use that because in my mic test, you guys will hear in just a second, it does pick up a little bit of popping. All right, so now I'm talking to you guys directly through the mic on the headset. Now this is a unidirectional microphone. It does have some background noise canceling technologies as well. And as you guys can hear, it's a little bit thin sounding. I would have liked to have heard it a little bit clearer, a little bit deeper tones in there. I do think it's going to be just fine for playing games online and stuff like that. Maybe not the ideal microphone for recording like podcasts or maybe even streaming, something like that. But I want you guys to let me know what you think in the comments down below, because this is a wireless headset as well. It's something worth considering when you're thinking about the mic quality. So let's talk about the audio quality on this headset. It has 50mm drivers and it has 7.1 Dolby surround sound. I felt like the audio quality on this thing is amazing. I use Audio-Technica ATH M50Xs, which are kind of considered one of the more industry standard kind of mid to upper end headphones. And I felt like this really gives it a run for its money, especially when you go into the Q software and you configure the EQ settings just a little bit. I felt like the stock EQ setting was just a little bit heavy on the bass, and while for immersive games and for music and stuff like that, that's probably pretty good. But playing other games and really like honing in on the soundstage, I felt like the bass was just a little bit too high. Another thing you guys can do in the software as well is change the lighting. As you'll see, there's two sales logos on either side of the ear cups. This is an RGB enabled headset. There's about 7 different presets in the software that you can use. You can also hook it up to Corsair Link as well to sync it up with the rest of your peripherals. I think the RGB lighting looks really good. It's nice and clear. There's no areas that don't look lit. It's nice and vibrant. Of course, you guys know how I feel about RGB lighting on a headset. I think it's a little silly because you don't actually get to see it when it's on your head. I guess if you had it turned on when it was on your desk, then it would look pretty cool, but because this is a wireless headset, you're probably gonna have it turned off when you're not using it and have it charging, which brings me to what the headset actually comes with. Like I mentioned, you get the pop filter. You also get a 6-foot USB cord to plug this headset in to charge it when you're not using it. I mean, you can also have it plugged in, I guess, when you're using it as well. And then you also get a little wireless USB receiver that's about the size of a regular thumb drive that you just plug in and you're good to go. And probably the most important feature about this headset is the wireless functionality. So it uses 2.4 gigahertz low latency wireless, and it's good for up to 40 feet, and the battery on this guy lasts for about 16 hours. So pretty much any marathon gaming session, you're gonna be covered on this one. Now, probably the best thing about it is just the freedom that it gives you. There's no more cords pulling on your headset. When you go to like lean down to grab something or turn your head real quick, it doesn't snag on anything. And just the freedom to be able to get up out of your chair, go get a drink out of the fridge, and not have to end your discussion with your team or whatever you're doing is just awesome. It's like when phones stopped being corded to the wall all the time and you could just walk around having a conversation. Maybe not that drastic, but it's nice to be able to keep talking with your friends in between matches and things like that if you need to get up and go get a drink or whatever. So overall, the headset retails for $100. You can get it in white, you can get it in carbon, which is kind of like a gunmetal mixed with a black, and it also comes in yellow as well. Now, I think for the price, you get a pretty good headset. I think overall the comfort is really, really good. It's nice and light feeling, and the isolation that the ear cups give you is comfortable, but it also works pretty well as well. I thought I wasn't gonna like it that much, but it's actually super comfortable. It's like light as air comfortable. And I'm actually thinking about switching to using these headphones instead of using my big Audio-Technica microphone and headphones separately, and just using these guys dedicated when I'm gaming, and then switch to use the other ones when I'm streaming, because they're just so comfortable and it's just so effortless to be able to just use them and have that freedom of not being tethered to anything. I really like it. Of course, you guys did hear the microphone. I think it's a little bit thin sounding. It would be nice if you could play with the EQ settings on that in the software a little bit more. It did sound a little bit thin, a little bit airy. There's also a lot of popping there if you don't use that included pop filter. But the actual audio quality on the headset is very good, and the wireless functionality worked flawlessly. I could walk anywhere in my house, didn't have any cutting out or anything like that. There's no real latency that I noticed between playing the games. I didn't feel like I was behind or anything weird like that. And even though the mic is not fantastic, it's still on par with most gaming headsets anyways. You're not gonna be podcasting with this thing, for example, but for playing games, I think it's gonna perform just fine. Well, that's it for the review, guys. Let me know in those comments down below what you think about the Corsair VOID Wireless, and also let me know what you think about this style of review. I've done it 1 or 2 times already, and I feel like it's just a little bit more personal. I enjoy it, being able to just sit down, talk about whatever product we're gonna be looking at, and just kind of go from there. So if you enjoyed it, give it a big thumbs up to show your support, and if you're new here on the channel, hit that subscribe button because I've got a lot more content coming for you in the near future. You can also follow me on Twitter at BrainBeanGaming for exclusive giveaways and updates as to what's going on with the channel. But as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.